Hello, I'm NovaSC. I'm going to be randomly casting this game because why not? I haven't uploaded anything for a while. Many reasons behind that. One being because, well, the main one being because I changed my laptop. But no. Sorry, let's rephrase that. I got rid of my desktop because it broke. Motherboard fucked up. So I replaced it with a laptop, grudgingly, because I need a laptop because it's more portable and I need to go to back and forth from uni, and this is much easier if I want to take it on the train and stuff, you know? Much easier than taking a desktop on the train. So yeah, now I'm stuck with a laptop, but it's a pretty decent one. I'm happy with this laptop. It hasn't caused me any major problems so far, so that's my story. And the reason is because this laptop has some interesting software. I have to. Interesting is probably the best word for it. It seems to change on my sound levels, mess around with my sound levels constantly. It makes it really hard on trying to make music and stuff as well, because it just equalizes everything and it normalizes everything. It's really strange. Probably should figure out how to turn it off. It's probably really simple and I just can't be bothered. But anyway, yeah. So I've had to tweak around with the settings when I'm recording because at the effects of battles, the sound of battles goes insanely loud and overwhelms my voice. So I've done a couple casts already and they haven't come out very well, so hopefully this one does a bit better, which is why I'm casting a random game. Can't remember how this one goes at all, apart from I remember there was a drop with Overlords in it, and I know that because I watched the first 5 minutes already trying to test the sound levels again. Anyway, I should probably introduce the player. I'm against some random characters, probably Chinese. Sorry, I mean fucking hell. I didn't mean no fucking hell. I can't. I have dug myself into a corner here. I meant probably Korean. Mate, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for that mistake. Anyway, I'm Nova in the top right. It really isn't that much of a big deal. I don't know why I'm making a big deal like that. I'm gonna put this down. So let's go into the game. So he's almost ready on for his speed. I think sure he's gonna go for his speed first. I've seen a lot of players go for speed quite early on. I think it's pretty much every player's gone for speed early on. I don't think it was in Heart of the Swarm. I don't know, was it every single player that I played against? I'm not sure. I think... Yeah, I think they did go for speed eventually. I'm having flashbacks to Wings ability now, when some players used to skip speed and just go for roaches straight off the bat, and max out roaches and roll with those roaches. I'm going for... It's probably you saw I went for quite an early expansion. Decently early expansion. Now I've gone for a couple of adepts, and I should be queuing up another one probably, because I'm pretty sure I'll queue up another one at this point. Probably just a little bit distracted by the harassment going on there. Well, it's not really harassment, that was just this little scouting push with Lings in there. Oh, he didn't go for speed! He didn't go for speed, okay. I didn't overanalyze that before. Okay, he's going straight for roaches. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. And he has this Overlord positioned in a suspicious location. So maybe that was the dropping Overlord, or maybe it was this one. Maybe he was going to go like this and go up into this location, possibly. But I mean, this one's probably more likely. Okay. Now I'm moving in with my first two adepts. I usually send them in two at a time because it takes two to snipe a drone. Often I don't get much done after the first two, so I don't send in the next two that I make. I only send in those first two. Usually the most cost efficient, the first two anyway, so yeah. Good idea there. Great thing about adepts, if you didn't know, even if you don't find any drones, you can still snipe lava, as I'm doing. Come on, I should be doing it! Oh, I see why I misclick every now and then, because when you cast that ability, it loses all its attack. It loses its previous attack commands. Unrelated facts I just learnt there. Cool. So now I'm going to try and kill some more units. Simultaneously attack them at this location and somewhere else. Where's the other one going? There they are. How many kills are we up to? How many kills are we up to? 4! I mean, that's probably the minimum you'd expect. 5? Okay. That's probably what you'd expect from those adepts. Not a massive success, but definitely not a failure. 5 kills is definitely something to be proud of. Got my third adept there. Got my immortal. Second immortal coming on in. Very good to go for immortal straight after the adepts there, because roaches are often the follow-up, and it just so happened to be that he was going straight for roaches without speed. Anyway, so those adepts, I mean those immortals, definitely a good choice. I'm really happy I've seen someone not go for boost. I think this is probably the first time I've seen someone not go for boost early on. I was worried because I said that thinking, maybe it's obvious that everyone always goes for speed first. I mean, I thought that was just the thing you do, but apparently not. Apparently it's not always the thing you do. Though it is perfectly, it's quite likely the case that this player is just doing something silly, and I mean speed probably still is the thing you should just do. But never mind, never mind. Next is going down, and I'm taking my third. Now we're going to go massively ahead in economy. If we look at the unit counts, I'm 22 probes ahead. 22 probes ahead. I don't really need to be making any more at this point. I'm way far ahead of my opponent. Ravager range, eh? Ravager range. That really has. That needs a new. Hey, that icon hasn't been updated yet. That's cool. Ravager. It's called Ravager range on there, but actually called pressurized glands, which I guess is what you'd need to shoot bile into the air really, really far. You probably need some pressurized glands. Okay, so this is the drop. Okay, it's not even using this Overlord. This was completely irrelevant. You take Ventrals. Ooh! Ooh, what? Ooh, I've never ooh, I didn't notice this. Oh, you don't get the upgrade anymore. You just upgrade them to use Vengeful Sacks for 25 gas. Okay. That's pretty cool. I don't know how much I like it. Maybe it shouldn't. Is 25 quite a bit? Because it will work out, if you're actually planning to do drops, then it will work out more than the 100 upgrade. So I don't know. Don't know how much I like it. I guess the 100 investment in a row is quite a big chunk of money, so maybe that's why they've done that. Anyway, just trying to focus down my Nexus. Unfortunately, I don't know why he did this. Maybe he thought he wasn't going to get this Nexus and decided to try and focus down a pylon. But I'm pretty sure he would have got the Nexus if he just continued. Yeah, he did 200 damage, and that only has 143 life left, so he definitely would have killed that Nexus. Unfortunately for him, which is a shame. I don't have any splash damage. Yeah, so that would have worked out that way. Poor guy, poor guy. He wasted a lot of roaches there. Did he kill any workers actually? I think he probably killed some workers as well. A few workers. That was just 7 kills there. Not really worth the amount of roaches he used there, really, was it? No, no. And if we look at units count, yeah, I mean that's 17 workers ahead still. That's pretty serious. It's pretty serious stuff. Now getting my observers out. There we go. 3, good, quite responsible. I usually get at least 3 to scout around. 2 to scout expanses from my opponent and likely attack paths, and then there's 1 outside my base just to see when an attack is imminent. That mental preparation is something a lot of players don't account for. So if an army walks in here, like in theory you'd be able to throw down force fields and use the disruptor and stuff, but yeah, it's good to give yourself some time to get ready. Macro is quite important, I think you could probably agree. Okay, going for a multi-pronged attack here. Nice. Now he has his speed, I'd have thought. I would hope he'd have his speed now. Let's have a quick check. Yes, indeed. Now he's got his speed. So he's going to do a 2-pronged attack with Ravagers at the front. It's a good call. Ravagers pretty good against the mortals and such. Unless you do that with them. Unless you do that, which was really bad. But there's an attack coming in here. And I have no cannons or anything, so this is going to be a struggle for me. But he did waste quite a few Ravagers, and Ravagers aren't cheap, to be honest. Trying to kill some workers. How many is up to now? 18 worker kills now for him. Nice, nice, pretty good. But is it enough? Is it enough? He's almost catching up. Okay, almost equalised. But the problem is, I've been ahead in workers quite a while, and that's allowed me to progress my tech quite a bit. You'd really like to equalise the worker count a while ago, to be honest. I don't know why they were pros down there. No idea why the pros down there. Anyway. See, as I was saying, Ravager's pretty good at the front against Immortals and such, because Immortals are, I'm pretty sure they're slower. Yeah, I'd say that they're pretty much definitely slower. Let me just try and find a... I want to find a Ravager now. Where's the Ravager? There we go. Ravagers is faster. They're quite a bit faster, yeah, so you can kite Immortals and Stalkers for days, especially when the Stalkers don't have Blink. Oh, and especially Adepts and things, so... Yeah, Ravager's pretty good against this sort of army. Ooh, he's gearing up for another counter. Ling's getting ready to do that, but he doesn't have any spotters on the map, so he's just going to run straight into my army, which isn't fortunate at all. Mismicroing like a bastard, unfortunately. I still don't have any blink. Why don't I get blink? Why don't I get blink? Oh, I haven't got the thing yet. Oh, okay, so very late Twilight Council in this game for me, but I am going for adding on some Stargate tech early on. And I already have up to 4 Void Rays and a Colossus. That's just the defensive Colossus, I guess. It's defending the mineral line. Yeah, that doesn't have. Yeah, I think I might have panicked and built that Colossus there. Oh, a nice bit of. Oh my God! Whoa, whoa! That's how you do a fucking disruptor drop. Okay, cool. So basically, disruptor drop some zealots. Lure all the units in, then use the disruptor to kill all the units that come to defend. Whoa! Meanwhile, I tried to focus down the expansion, but it wasn't quite fast enough. Luckily, getting a recall out there. Nice multi-pronged attacks going on there. Workers killed, decent for both players. Yes, as I was saying before I got distracted by that little push there. Yeah, I probably got this Colossus just as a panic because I thought I was under attack, but didn't have any real plans to go into Colossus, so I didn't get range or anything, so Colossus wouldn't be too helpful in the army without range, so I left it at home to defend. There we go. That's what I assume happened there. Losing my observer, which is a pain considering he's got lurkers now, and lurkers deal with a shit ton of damage. 33 to armored, fuck me. Wow. He attacked pretty fast as well. Attacking so fast with 33 damage a shot. That's not exactly laughable, my friend. But now I'm working on 2 carriers, working on 2 more. Got 2 carriers, I'm even getting my attack upgrades. Attack upgrades extremely important for carriers. Already got the 1. They scale up extremely fast, carriers, with their upgrades. There's a sticky situation you get in against Zerg with all their Hydralisks and stuff, which attack and shoot down interceptors very fast, is that when your interceptors are only on a low upgrade, so 0 or 1 for example, then they're not going to do enough damage before they die, and you suddenly run out of money to build interceptors with. Damn, that is an awful situation which I've come into a few times. But when I've added on my carriers quite slowly and carefully like this, and I'm getting my upgrades, and I should be fine. I'm in a pretty fine situation here. If we look at our workers again, we've equalised around 55. I mean, I guess that's when I ideally start to want to stop producing probes. I'm adding on some more now, if you might have noticed, but that's just because I'm moving into another nexus. I've got to be very careful not to engage here. As soon as I get too close, these lurkers just pop off a few of my units here. They've only killed 1 so far, but they've dealt quite a bit of extra damage to shields and such, and just generally prevented me from attacking. Nice little counter attack from me to the side, trying to shut down his expansions. And with this expansion, he's equalised with me, of course. So this expansion would be the one that allows him to get back into the game, because he's quite a bit far behind at the moment. Equal on drones isn't really what you want, and I have such a big tech advantage. He really needs an economy to keep up here. Nice little poke here. I don't know why I didn't notice that. Warping straight under it. That was a bit silly, but probably not the most cost-efficient way to deal with that. But I did protect my expansion from dying, which is quite important. I was very close to dying, so maybe that was the right choice after all. And I didn't lose any of my core units, of course. Well, I mean, my most important units, which are these carriers. So that's okay. That's okay. As long as I keep my really expensive units, disruptor's quite important as well. As long as I keep my really expensive units and my expansions, then I should be fine in this game. Shutting down the expansion is very important as well. Here's his other army. So this is an extreme Legacy of the Void army we got here. Lots of lurkers, a couple ravagers, put in the extra fire, crucible, extra range. How much range do they have on these guys? Cooldown. I think it's like siege tank range with the +4. It's pretty damn good. The only problem is getting vision of what you're trying to fire at as well, just like with siege tanks. Here we go. Here we go. There's the fight. Oh, I'm ready for it. Sort with that observer, I think, that was hovering over here. There we go. Didn't get much done with that disruptor. But I'm now chasing his army back, which isn't really a situation he wants to be. He really wants to be out-positioning me at this point and going for my expansions, but I forced him all the way back to his base, which isn't good for him. I can now start attacking his bases and pressurizing him. I'm starting on probes. Oh my god, why am I doing that? After 60, maybe I should stop making probes. I don't know. Hey man, why don't you stop doing that thing? Hey! Maybe I should be adding more units, but I guess it's all not of huge importance because I'm in a pretty good situation here anyway. Meanwhile, there's a few Hawk Prism jazzes going on here. Every time I move in at the front here and try and do nice and base, I'll send some Zerts in at the back. Very hard for them to deal with this. This is a lot of Hydras, and I think my army would, surprisingly enough, actually lose to what I'm facing here. And that was a really good shot. That was a really good attack. 8 kills there from that disruptor. He definitely did have a chance to come back into this game with these numbers of Hydras. But unfortunately, he didn't take that engagement very well, and he's battling with interceptors when he doesn't really want to. And he doesn't want to be moving onto that Time Warp field. Oh my god, that is an absolute slaughter. Managing to kill some adepts before he dies, but nothing else really. And I'm still adding on more carriers, more observers ready, just to replace the ones that have died to overseers and such. He's been responsible for cleaning up his base with zealots and things, but there's just still a troll warp prism just sitting here next to the overlords. He must know about it, but yeah, doesn't really have much of a chance to get rid of it because he's too busy trying to put pressure on me and defend off from all these pushes. Oh my god, these carriers though, 12, 13, yeah, they're putting in some work. It's very good trying to cut down all these bases, but 2-second warp-ins are going to shut that down pretty well. It's a pretty difficult thing for the Blizzard. Oh yeah, that's a game, but you can probably tell that was for a little while. For a little while, to be honest. As soon as I got down here, starting to shut down this base and put him down at a base lower than mine, base count lower than mine, then yeah, you could tell that was probably about at the end of the game. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah. So Blizzard's a pretty bad situation because they want Zerglings to be they're better at counter-attacking in the late game, but they also added adepts with 2-second warp-ins, which can shut them down hilariously easy. So I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to add a new upgrade for Zerglings to give them, I don't know, more armor. Change their armor class to armored. That'd be sick. I don't know. Maybe it's not strictly good because it would take the extra damage from marauders and stuff. Maybe an upgrade which takes away its light tag, so it's just biological. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. That'd be really good. Fucking amazing. Then you have to warp in zealots, which aren't nearly as good against Zerglings as adepts. Yeah, I'd like that choice. Maybe that's a thing to point out. To add, just for Blizzard to consider. Or maybe it's stupid, who knows. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry I called him Chinese. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it like that. I was trying to say Korean because most StarCraft players are Korean. I just couldn't. Just had to try and squirm my way out of that one. Shit. I'll see you later. Have a good day.